What is something that seems harmless, but is actually dangerous? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell to never miss a video. Turtles or tortoises? Their bite power is intense. TMNT taught me not to fuck with turtles. That's turtle power. Gambling in the form of loot boxes to minors on video games. Microtransactions. They prey on people who can't control their spending and design games to be a pain in the ass unless you buy their shortcuts, even in $60 titles. Excuse me, they're surprise mechanics.
We look at it as surprise mechanics.
Going down a slide with your child in your lap. Easy for their leg to get caught on the side of the slide while you're both going down and cause serious injuries. This happened to my daughter when she was 2 years old. A woman at a preschool rode down a slide with her and broke her leg. Fortunately it was a minor break, and more fortunately it was 2 weeks before Halloween, so I got to dress her as a peg-legged pirate for Halloween. Not getting a proper amount of sleep. Sleep deprivation is a bitch and can fuck you up in so many ways. I regularly go full days on just a few hours of sleep. I feel like shit all the time, but it's gotten to the point where it's nearly impossible to push myself into a proper sleep schedule. Losing 1 hour of sleep a night for a week straight diminishes your cognitive ability and reaction time to the same extent as having a blood alcohol concentration of 0.10. Edit. It's 10 days, not a week. Lux, like I'm heading into work drunk as fuck tomorrow. Driving while really tired. A lot of people don't realize just how dangerous it can be, almost as dangerous as driving drunk. I was once making a long trip while driving on barely any sleep and ended up nodding off at the wheel and woke up when my car went into a small ditch on the side of the road. Luckily the small highway was empty and there was nobody near me when that happened, but it made me realize just how stupid it was and how I could have been responsible for injuring or even killing someone else because of my stupid mistake. The Cayman go.
Meanwhile. Eventually.
He's Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
Approaching basically any wild animal. You would think it's common sense, but I live a few hours from Yellowstone National Park, and every year it seems there are at least a couple people killed by the fluffy cute animals. That bison isn't staring at you because he wants you to come pet him. He's staring at you because he's trying to determine if you're a threat to him. Approaching him is a great way to tell him he should trample you. A slow loris. You may think that it's just a cute animal, but it's one of the only mammals in the world that are venomous and the only venomous primate. If you see it putting its thumbs in its armpits and rubbing its teeth, run. It's applying the venom secreted from its armpit glands onto its teeth, so it can bite you with the venom. Deer. By far the most dangerous animal on the planet in regards to human deaths. More people are killed by deer than sharks every year by a factor of 100, at least. Straining hard to shit. If you need to strain regularly you need to sort your diet out and/or see a doctor. You shouldn't need to strain to poo. Wedding dress photos in or near water. It is very easy to get pulled down by the weight of the dress. I did my trash the dress shoot in a waterfall, and I was surprised by how heavy it became. I only went waist high in the water, and with my husband holding me very closely plus the photographer and 2 assistants. The pictures are totally worth it, but dangerous indeed. WTF is a trash the dress shoot. People intentionally destroy their wedding dress just for photos? Weed. Really easy to get psychologically addicted and stop giving a shit about anything else. There is definitely a fine line and not against use, but I definitely am for limitations. I have a really psychologically addicted friend who uses it to cope with some psychological damage, so there is definitely a need to know your limits and being able to have someone step in and tell you you're addicted. Using smartphones and videos to distract your kids. I get that it's so effective that parents use them so they can get some peace and quiet, but I have to imagine that shit can't be good for a developing mind, especially because it gets so addictive for the kids. Also drugs and cigarettes. I do these in small quantities to enhance my occasional nights out with friends. I very carefully moderate how much drugs I allow myself to do, but even then, I imagine it's gotta be bad and will negatively affect me somewhere down the line. On a similar note, I was telling my doctor during a routine physical everything that I do, because he's my doctor and I want him to know the full gamut, so he can give/make the best analysis of my body, and he told me the 1 to 5 cigarettes I smoke a year is worse than the 2-4 of cocaine, 2 to 8 points of Molly, etc. that I do a year. Seems like nicotine and smoke inhalation is really bad. Taking apart a microwave. Can you elaborate? I never even thought of attempting it, but wondering why. A microwave has a capacitor inside that can kill with electric shock. If you don't know what you're doing and touch the wrong thing, your heart can stop and your brains can fry. Cat urine. If you clean a cat box with bleach, it can react with the ammonia in the urine and produce chloramine vapors. Don't accidentally gas yourself with cat piss. In case anyone was wondering, wash the cat litter box with white vinegar, rinse it out, then wash it with hydrogen peroxide and rinse again. Works like a charm. Petting a dog you don't know without asking. Dangerous to you getting bit, dangerous to the dog getting a bite record. This is such a huge problem. My dad has a service dog and has had an extreme amount of people reach down and pet her without asking. She even has patches on her vest saying do not pet. While she is at zero risk of biting people, I can't imagine why people think it's okay to pet an animal they don't know without asking. They are seriously putting themselves at risk of getting hurt if they do it once to the wrong dog. Anyone who pets service dogs is a special type of idiot. Let them focus on their work. Small cuts. They are not big, but they can still be infected and cause blood poisoning. Electricity. You can't see, smell or hear it, usually, but it sure can kill you. Ignoring dental hygiene. I know flossing is considered uncool and all, but for real just do it. Yeah, it hurts like hell at first, but that's because your gums are tender from all that neglect. It does get easier, and it gets easier fast after the first week or so. You should barely feel any discomfort. Boating without a life jacket. It amazes me how many, in particular, men will be cruising along with their kid all safa tied up and themselves without a life jacket. Because I'm a good swimmer, those swimming skills won't help you when you're knocked out or exhausted. Doing fireworks at home. To be fair, I do them every year for the 4th, but I'm always so nervous one of the mortars aren't going to go off in the sky and instead land on my neighbor's house and light it on fire. Fireworks are super dangerous as you aren't careful, but they are just as dangerous if you're the most careful person in the world. Someone in my county literally died after an accident with a mortar-style firework this 4th. Seriously, do not fuck around with explosives, guys. I'd say alcohol. With the way getting absolutely wrecked is so normalized and almost a competition for some. Water. Too little can kill you. Too much can kill you. Hold your wee for a wee eye, more like hold your wee to die. Sunburns. Sitting for long periods of time without standing or moving your legs. Blood can pool in your legs, form clots, and if those clots break off, they can travel into your lungs, heart or brain, and you can get pretty sick. It's not necessarily fatal, but it can be. If you get a loose clot, you might get sick and short of breath over a period of time, giving you enough time to go to the or you can just suddenly drop dead without warning, if it's really massive. Chiropractic treatment. It's quack shit without any scientific backing. People die when they go to a chiropractor instead of going to a real doctor when they have serious illnesses. Covert narcissists. They act like the perfect guy or girl for you, but only until you're lured in. Then boom. The real them comes through. Manipulative, ignoring, belittling, judgmental, cruel, but by that point, your feelings are well and truly sunk into them. Getting out is like wading through quicksand. That's all folks, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.